My name is Alicia Curtis, and this is my media presentation. I did mine over the movie I Am Sam. The ethical dilemma here is the relationship between a father and daughter. The father has a mental disability and has the mental capacity of a 7-year-old. He's taken care of his daughter Lucy her whole life. She's 6 years old, and the mother has never been in the picture. A social work ends up finding out about it and then proceeds to take Lucy out of the home, thinking that Sam is unable to care for her. There are several people impacted by this dilemma. First and foremost is the father and daughter. By removing Lucy from the home, they're breaking up the relationship that they've always known, the situation and environment they've always known. Sam has taken care of Lucy her whole life and been just fine. They live on their own, nothing's wrong. Lucy's not missing out on anything. Also, another person that could be impacted through this is a foster family. If Lucy was removed from the home and placed into a foster family and then for whatever reason had to leave that family after relationships reform, this could cause harm to both Lucy and the family. A couple of key challenges that I noticed were, first of all, that the father and daughter relationship is all they've ever known, and it is a father and daughter relationship. This isn't between a grandparent and their grandchild. This isn't between a friend and a friend's sibling or something like that. It's a father and daughter relationship. It's important, it's vital for a healthy life, and to be breaking up something, it's an incredible bond that they'd be breaking up. If the social worker were to remove Lucy from the home, she would be causing pain, and she would also be taking away the freedom of Sam for raising his own child. However, if the social worker was not going to remove Lucy from the home, she could also be causing pain in the future by putting strain on the relationship between Lucy and her father when Lucy gets older, and also the social worker would not be doing her duty to protect the well-being of her clients. Secondly, another key challenge I found was that the dad is able to live life every day. He holds a job at Starbucks, he has his own apartment, he knows the bus routes, he has other mentally disabled friends, and he's able to take care of himself and Lucy just fine. He's done it since she was a newborn. However, Lucy is only 6 years old right now, and his mental capacity is that of a 7-year-old. Once Lucy passes him, then the question comes to be, who's going to be the parental role in the relationship? Is this going to be too much responsibility for Lucy to take care of herself and her father? Is Sam going to be able to provide for Lucy when she's older on an 8-hour job at Starbucks? So all those kind of things come into play once Lucy passes him intellectually. A couple of the social work values that I noticed in this dilemma were, first, the dignity and worth of an individual. The social worker is judging the father's ability to care for his daughter by saying that he cannot because of his disability. Also, the importance of human relationships is another important value in this dilemma. If the social worker were to remove Lucy from the home, she would be breaking up one of the most important relationships in the family. Finally, I also chose the value of service. I chose this because ultimately it's the social worker's goal to care for the child and to protect her well-being. At the end of the day, Lucy needs to have the best future available to her, needs to be in the best situation and environment. I don't think it would be right for the social worker to just completely overlook the situation, because then she might not be giving that to Lucy. Yes, it is Lucy's father, but just because it's the father doesn't mean that it's the best environment for her and creating the best future for her. The 3 professional resources that I used for this assignment were our textbook, the National Association of Social Work's Code of Ethics, and an article talking about ethical guidelines and practices in making decisions like these. I used these references to come up with 2 different discussion questions. The first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about this dilemma was the issue of competency. Our textbook talks a lot about this and says that a competent person is able to make a rational decision of a certain kind. I think that this is going to be a huge part in determining what to do in this situation, is if Sam is competent enough to care for Lucy all the way into adulthood. So using what our textbook said about that, and also using what the Code of Ethics says about the social worker's duty to care for somebody and to protect their rights and interests of somebody who's unable to make that kind of decision, my first discussion question has 2 parts. First, the social worker needs to be able to determine how Sam is able to make a competent decision, parental decisions regarding Lucy's well-being. Secondly, if Sam cannot make those decisions, how could the social worker both protect Sam's interests of being Lucy's father, but also doing what's best for Lucy? In other words, what are some alternative actions or plans that could be set in place to both protect the relationship of Lucy and her father, but also keep Lucy's well-being and her best future in mind? Finally, my last discussion question has to do with the issue of consultation. The article regarding ethical practices and guidelines talks about this when making an ethical decision. The benefit here is just getting different perspectives and different ideas on this issue. So I was thinking of how this could be beneficial to a social worker in this situation. So my second discussion question is, who should the social worker consult with, both within the social work realm and outside of the social work realm, to tell if Sam is a competent father for Lucy? Within the social work realm would be supervisors, co-workers, mentors, and outside of it would be Sam's neighbors, Sam's boss, Sam's friends, things like that. So those were my 2 discussion questions, and thank you for watching.